Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Poontang here, and we're going to talk about Deni Avdija. I probably messed that up, but he's this Israeli, part Yugoslavian, so in a way, him and I are technically related. He's born January 3rd, 2001. He's 18. I'm older than him, and he's pretty much known as the next great Euro player. He's the son of Zufar Avdija, who was a European basketball player from what I've read. I don't think he ever made it to the NBA. Yeah, he never made it to the NBA. He went undrafted. He played 12 years, though, in the Euro League, and he's from Yugoslavia. Like I said, even though his son is born in Israel, the kid's Yugoslavian. So he was born in Israel. He started playing when he was 8 years old, played for the Binyan. I'm going to mess this up. Bnei Herzliya youth team, later joined Maccabi Tel Aviv youth team, which I know Maccabi Tel Aviv, which I'm definitely butchering the name, is probably the most famous Israeli club from what I know of. So then in February 2019, he participated in the NBA All-Star Basketball Without Borders Global Camp in Charlotte, North Carolina, and came away with the camp MVP honors. He was selected to an all-tournament team for the 2018-2019 Next Generation Tournament. He dominated the proceedings by leading the tournament in 24.7 points a game, 12 rebounds, and a performance index of 29.7. He was ranked second in assists with 6.7 and fifth with 1.7 steals. He's literally been playing for Avdija. Avdija's been playing for Maccabi Tel Aviv since he was 16 years old and 320 days. He's been on the national team as well since he was 16, and just recently, in July 2019, he scored 26 points, 11 rebounds, 5 steals against France, 23.7 assists, 5 rebounds against Spain to lead the team to its victories. Okay, so his dad was a pretty good baller. Like this is how it's always been. If your dad's an alright baller, you're pretty good. With his stats for the senior team, he's only played 6.4 minutes with 50% from 3 and he's only scored 4 points, really. But let's just talk about what he's good at. Alright, this guy, first off, coming to the NBA is like LeBron. His first great thing is his passing. His all-around passing is what makes him great. Even though he's being used as an off-ball forward right now, his passing is at a whole nother level. Per 36 minutes, he averages 6 to 6.5 assists, depending on what tournament you use statistics for. Next up, he is a great slasher. He is a combination of size, quickness, and fluidity with the ball in his hands, allowing him to beat his man off the bounce in a number of ways. Starting with his sheer quickness, Avdija has a quick first step and the ability to change gears and blow by similar-sized wing forward defenders. Okay, and the ability to switch gears makes Avdija a threat to handle coming off the screen. If a defender chooses to go over the screen or get too far from the basket, defending Avdija in a high pick and roll scenario, Avdija can quickly change speed and find an open lane to get to the basket. Okay, he doesn't just use his quickness. He has a number of basic but effective dribble moves that allow him to create enough space to drive. His handle is not super creative at this point, but it's effective enough to get through traffic with the ball in his hand without that much of a risk of a turnover. His third weapon is his size. Standing at 6'8", he can bully smaller wing defenders and get to what he wants on the floor. He isn't just a power finisher. He's nimble enough and has the body control and the length to finish through awkward angles and tight space. His combination of size, fluidity, and willingness to absorb the contact to the finish makes him an effective below-the-rim finisher. Okay, his complementary skills are his defensive positioning and discipline. On my 2001 prospects rankings, I had questions about Avdija's defensive fit in the NBA settings due to his lack of elite quickness to react and his lack of size to be a definite factor on the interior. While I stand by those two key appreciations, my concern about his definite defensive fit on the NBA roster slowly faded as I study more of his tape. It's evident at his 1 block per 36 minutes, Avdija is not a rim protector and won't be a full-time 5 defensively at the NBA level. Standing at 6'8" with a 6'9" wingspan and a 8'6" standing reach, Avdija measurements are subpar for the position. With that being said, Avdija is far from being a complete zero on the defensive side. Avdija stands out due to his defensive discipline inside, knowing how to defend from a standstill. Playing at the 5 at times for Maccabi, Avdija showed discipline contesting shots from a standstill with his arms raised, using his chest to absorb contact from drivers, and not jumping or causing foul, which is, I always remember playing basketball, and that's one of the hardest things to do because you want to jump, but if you just stand up and go like that, they can't do shit or call foul. Avdija is not easy to push around the basket due to his strong lower base and willingness to take contact that you wouldn't expect from someone who carries the offensive load that Avdija does. His position overall is really solid. He knows to be on defense to contest and disrupt shot attempts. Off ball, he recognizes open lanes and quickly moves to contest shots. His positioning and his ability to maintain verticality should allow him to be a smart interior help defender at the next level. While he doesn't have an extreme powerful jump and lacks the optimal measurements for an interior defender, his ability to maintain verticality and his motor and his good hands allow him to really contribute on the rebounding end. On the perimeter, Avdija plays with effort and a good level of energy activity. He gets in the defensive stand and plays with the effort to keep up with smaller guards when switch. While the quickness to react is not there at times, Avdija compensates to some degree with his ability to read opposing players' body movement and uses his size difference to his advantage when defending guards, as he knows how to cover ground with his long legs and contest shots inside and out. Avdija is still young at times. His level of activity gets the best of him, which makes him a bite for the pump fakes. His tendency to gravitate towards the rim over help than near the basket when defending the ball should be corrected, as he's opposing shooters too much space to get the shot off and his limitations and stuff like that. His developing skill is his all-around shooting. He's a 33.9 career 3% shooter, takes a lot of shots off the dribble, and he struggles with the shoot off the catch sometimes. The good news is Avdija has good upper body mechanics, and he generally gets in good position in relation to the rim, shoulder squaring up. His shooting arm checks the triple 90 degree that Cole Zwicker mentions in his shooting rubric, and elbow, pit, and wristband. Once he gets his lower body into stance, his overall release is fairly quick. His lower body is where most of the work should be done. His shot preparation could be quicker as he's slow to set his feet at times after catching the ball. This makes him a bit more to load up into the shooting motion, which gives opponents the ability to effectively contest the shot. At times, he will try to get the shot quicker than he actually can in order to avoid defenders. That makes his shot shoot with a lower release and doesn't allow him to get a proper follow through, leading to bad misses. His shot base is another important improvement for development to become a good, reliable shooter. He just has bad knee. It's really his legs and stuff. He just has an awkward position. For his size and his touch off the dribble when he shoots, it's great. I think he's going to be a great defender. Overall, the recent play, Avdija over Killian Hayes at the top spot in the 2020 international board. Avdija has done exactly what I expect of him through the course of the current season, carrying McAfee's team as far as he could at the ANGT, and does his best to dissipate most of my concerns about his defense fit at the NBA level. Where Avdija ends up as a shooter launcher will probably find his role at the NBA level. If Avdija does become a reliable shooter, he has serious upside as a starting small forward or power forward who can run an offense both in the half court and in transition, create his own shots at all three levels of the floor, and not be a negative on defense. Alright, with that being said, I do think he's going to be a top 10 pick. People are saying he's going to be the first pick of the draft, but I think he's just going to be a top 10 pick. Let me hear what you guys have to say down below. As always, guys, I hope you guys have a great day, because I know I will. Until next time, guys, peace out.